All right, gladly. Thank you, thank you. All right, yep, it's pretty late, but we still have a decently long RPG run ahead of us here. Welcome to Sea of Stars. This is an RPG that came out in 2023, and it's pretty long, so we're not going to run it. We're instead going to run the DLC campaign that came out in 2025. It's known as Throes of the Watchmaker. It's roughly 8 hours casually, so we're going to try and beat it in about 2.5 hours here. And joining me on comms, I have someone who purchased this game as well as played for the entire campaign, true ending, and the DLC just for this particular evening.
Yeah, I did
so
it all.
Please,
I did it all in December. It's been
give him some applause.
It's been on my playlist for way too long, and then I saw TimeLink getting this run in, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna love this game anyway, so let's blitz through it.
Yeah. Right, so we're gonna do a little setup here so we can, so this is a New Game Plus save right here. This is one that I created myself. We're going to, there's an option at the bottom to generate Throes of the Watchmaker save. We're gonna do that, we're gonna put that here, and that'll create us a fancy new save that is right at the start of the DLC, but has not touched it yet. And that is exactly what we want. So time is going to start as soon as I push yes here, and if everything is ready, then I can count us down. All right, I'm getting a thumbs up. I like that. Then let's start our last run of the day in 3, 2, 1, go! All right. What do we even talk about first? So this is the DLC campaign, as mentioned. The game, it gets, my goodness, I'm stumbling over my words already. It gets pretty different. So we have a little storyline with the pirates here who we meet along the way in the main campaign. And we're just going to abandon this entire world right here, and we're going to be transported into the magical clockwork realm of, how do you pronounce it?
Horloge.
Horloge, okay. That I can go with. That is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do some basic equips here because not everything gets carried over, strangely enough. There's going to be one fight where our equips in the real world will actually matter. Because for the most part, as soon as we go into this world, we're going to lose all of our abilities, and we're going to have to work our way up again from level 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the way they kind of...
Yeah, the whole idea, essentially, we're gonna find out in a little cutscene coming up later, is like, oh, your powers don't work in this area because the puppeteer, the boss of this area, kind of made it so that power only really works if you throw in a circus flair to it, because there's a whole circus theme going on.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta put some pep into it, make it like a show. That's gonna be the theme of this entire DLC. Really, it's a lot of circus themed stuff.
Yeah, it's got its own entire level system called Renown, because you're starting a circus troupe with your characters, and those need to get renowned by the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Zale and Valir are the solstice warriors in this world who fought all the dwellers in the main campaign with sun and moon magic, and now against these guys, we're gonna try and use all that, and we're gonna see they resist all of our stuff, and we can't do anything. And we also see that they're using a lot of lock types, which we have never ever seen before. Like, there's 6 types in the main campaign, and these are none of them. There are 4 new ones just for this DLC, and we can't do anything against them. So this fight is a forced loss. I don't think you can even die here. You just have to pass 3 turns, and then eventually you get to move on. We'll see these guys again later, though. Don't worry. Be the last hit, and then we go. And now we get captured, which is not very good. Thankfully, one of our other friends from the main campaign is here to save the day.
Not actually playable in the main campaign, just for the DLC became a playable character.
Mm-hmm.
And our wonderful friend Artie here already has flair enough for a whole group of people. It's almost like Artie is a whole group of people.
Yeah, the backstory behind Artie is pretty funny. He's like 5 kids in a robot
Fight
suit as
like
well.
100-year-old kids.
Yeah, they were trapped in that castle for a long time where time doesn't pass because of a curse.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Go play Sea of Stars. It's really good.
Excellent game. I may have blitzed through it in a month, but like, take your time, walk around. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do you want to try and explain the basics of the combat system as I go for this little section here?
Yeah, sure. Like the combat system is kind of like I would say a blend between Chrono Trigger, which this game takes a lot of inspiration from, and maybe a little hint of like Super Mario RPG with like the active combat timings to boost your attacks a little bit more. And so a whole bunch of different attacks from your characters all have like different timings and different little things you need to do in order to get the maximum damage out of it. On top of that, you have your mana, which regenerates when you do basic attacks, and then your special abilities, which use the mana, and also combo points, which you essentially get as you're using the other stuff. And so you kind of have to like weave your way through the couple of resources that you have in order to get the maximum damage out of it. On top of that, your normal attacks also generate what is known as living mana, which you can then use to boost your attacks even more. And in case of boosting your basic attacks, it adds like another element to it, or in Artie's case, just more lasers.
More lasers, more good.
Yep. And that is also fun, because like Artie has a very useful just basic attack. It just adds more abilities, but like more attacks onto it, which all do a flat amount of damage. So more boosting equals more attack equals good damage.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Artie was the new playable character out of this DLC, and for him, boosting works different than for every character in the main campaign. It's pretty interesting,
Yeah.
but I really like the way it works. There's a lot of things that utilize it in a neat way as well.
Now, alas, as we're playing the DLC, we're not going to get to see my favorite character, Valir, who's like an assassin character. Let's just put it that. Go play the story if you really want to see what she's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like a ninja assassin person. I really don't want to say much more about her, but she's great.
There's the problem. It's like...
Sarai is great.
Yeah. We don't want to say too much, because you should play the game yourself.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really great. We can talk about the DLC campaign all we like, but we'll keep it back on the main campaign, because I know I have several friends watching right here that have yet to complete this game, and they deserve to experience it.
Yeah.
Alright, so in order to break us through this section, we have to solve these little puzzle boxes in two specific ends here. There's going to be a lot of these chests throughout the run. Those are food chests with healing items. We're going to pick up a lot of them, because we are going to be using a lot of items. What I did just there is I used an item called the Mistral Bracelet, which you get pretty early in the main campaign. And it makes like a little gust of wind, and I can use that to push enemies away. Which is really only its secondary intended function. You're supposed to use it for like blocks like these for puzzles, mainly. But you can use it to push enemies away, which is really helpful for skipping optional encounters. And skipping optional encounters is really important because this game does not have a run button. If I get into a random encounter with an enemy on the field, then I will have to fight it. There is no way out of it, which is, it not only does it take time to do that, but it also like takes up a lot of resources usually. It'll take up a decent amount of MP or combo points to clear it quickly. So you really want to try and avoid optional encounters as best you can. But there's some that are really, really tough, even with the help of the Mistral Bracelet to skip, and we'll definitely be taking a good amount throughout the run.
So now our other main characters, Zale and Valir, have adopted the circus flair, becoming a juggler and an acrobat, essentially. And now they can deal proper damage. And in the DLC, all of the damage types also have a circus flair to them, apart from laser, which is just laser. But like instead of your like blunt weapon damage that you have in the base game, now you have bonk damage. Because, haha, silly clown, bonk. The other damage types are fire instead of solar, which I guess, sure. And gleam, I think it's called.
Yep.
Instead of the lunar magic. And here we see the renown rank up.
Yeah, this is our first level up.
Yeah, the puppeteer kind of like presents us all. That's the villain over there.
This is actually a little slightly different than how it works in the base game, because you also, in the base game, you get to pick an extra stat for each character to level up as well. That's not present here. And here, on every level up, you gain a combo tech, which in the main game, you mostly found them for like scrolls and such, which we'll still be finding. But here, various skills and combo techs are also spread out for the level ups. The one we got there is Trampoline Team, which actually was a pretty like highly requested feature, is triple text between the characters, because the combo text in the main campaign are only ever between 2 characters. Unfortunately for Trampoline Team, we are not going to be using it throughout the run, because it does only okay damage. It takes 3 combo points, which is the maximum, and it just doesn't have like any great side effects or anything. It's just unfortunately not worthwhile. So we've escaped the dungeon, and now we're in the main city of Horloge. And we need to gear up a bit first before we can take on the puppeteer and our minions. So what better way to do that than to pass some time playing minigames?
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah, the minigame we're about to get gives us a very useful item. It essentially boosts one of Valera's abilities. And it's useful enough that doing this minigame it makes the run a lot safer.
Yeah, particularly safer, not actually faster. So Valera has a move called Loonbow, which is Limbo, but it's like moon magic, so it's Loonbow. It both hits every enemy as well as heals every party member. This is going to boost the amount of healing we get from it by 50%. This minigame actually takes pretty long to do, because this is also like, you just strictly run out the timer while collecting enough points for the gold rank. So you could skip this, and it would probably be faster too, but it makes the run a lot riskier, and I'm definitely not at the point yet where I would even consider that really. So we're just gonna be doing this. This is actually, so this minigame is based on Pole Vault, which is a different skill Valir has in this campaign, but we are not going to see it because it's like terrible.
it's both like low-ish damage and very hard to time to boost it to make it stronger. So like, just use your other abilities or basic attacks with boosts or whatever you can think of. The combos.
Alright, in the meantime, while we're running the timer out and then grabbing some items in the town, let's throw it over to my good friend Joey. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty great, and what's even greater is we have 2 donations, so let's check them out. One is a €4.42, that's very specific, from Masja, saying, "Good luck, TimeLink. Was great meeting up again. Looking forward to playing through this game. Keep up the awesome speedrun." And then we have another €5 from Go Out with the Floa 258. Good luck to TimeLink with the, as I've been told, Peak of Stars. Just one question. When's the bingo?
I don't know,
Stars
man.
bingo?
Yeah, it does exist. It has officially been done. There have been several people who've done it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like to call this game Peak of Stars among my friends, because I play this game a lot. I think I have like currently about 160 hours in this game, and I think it's peak.
It is excellent.
There's so much in this game. There's a fishing mini game.
You can go fishing, yeah.
There's an equivalent of a card game. There's like a tabletop game called Wheels.
Oh, I love Wheels. We might see a reference to that later in the foreshadowing. Yeah, Wheels is just a very funny little slot machine sort of boost to things to attack. Yeah, we're now in the real forest.
Yeah, so this is the first area where encounter skips start becoming really important and more difficult as well.
Yeah.
This is where I will likely take my first optional encounter, because there's at least one encounter skip in this area that is quite difficult to hit. It's not going to be for a while. For a while, it's just going to be fairly basic movement.
I'm scrolling through your notes, and this area is just encounter
Yeah.
skips.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I made notes for like every category in this game, and they're pretty extensive. They're like supposed to be detailed beginner guides because there wasn't a lot of that when I started out learning this game.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure my true ending notes go like 100 pages long. So if you're looking to get into this game, I did look to provide some beginner friendly resources for that. You can find them all in the community. We're like currently looking into revamping the leaderboards greatly, as well as like a couple things in the community as a whole to make finding things like that easier.
Yeah, like really shoutouts to anybody who makes notes for new players to utilize, because like so many runs, there's like if you try to get into them, it's like, how do I start? Where do I start? You have to kind of figure it out. And anytime there's like a leaderboard with notes just slapped on it, like great, fantastic.
Right, so there are a couple of equips. So we got, in Horologe, we found a weapon for Artie that replaces his current one because it's a little bit stronger. Same with the one for Valier that I just equipped. And I also did a couple extra safety things, like equipped armor on Artie and Zale, because there is also one forced fight at the end of this area, which has been treating me pretty roughly lately. So, yeah, just a little extra safety layer there. Usually we don't do most of our equips until the very end of the area, like right before the boss. But I decided, because this is a marathon run, I want to minimize the risk of dying or shenanigans happening. Yeah, I'd better, because this DLC is hard. As Chair famously put it, DLC got hands.
DLC got hands, for sure.
There's a little pop-up at the start of the DLC that says, hey, this DLC is pretty challenging. Remember your basics. Remember, like, timed hits and time blocks are quite important in this, and knowing how to break locks. It's a step up from everything in the vanilla game. Characters are probably going to be dying fairly frequently, and the couple final fights, especially, like even just the normal enemy encounters, they're quite rough. Well, that might have been... Yeah, that was greedy.
Yeah.
That's rough. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of locks, those things, the little icons in the bar, those are what are referred to as locks, where normally if you do a standard playthrough of the game, you will also see them hidden. For the sake of like speedrunning it, it's just so much better to have them enabled and like as always visible through one of the relics. There's only a few that are allowed in this category, and that is definitely one of them.
Yeah. So that was added in one of the major updates to the game called the Dawn of Equinox update, is those mystery locks. Before that, this was actually just pretty much the standard combat, and so that's why there's like a subcategory now for... This is a horrible lock RNG. What am I gonna do? I don't like that they're both casting their heal spell. Heal doesn't have the MP to fight back. You know what? I think we will trampoline team, actually. I think we will. I think it's genuinely my best option right now. Hold on, let's see how well I can still do this. I haven't used this in so long.
Yeah, this, as you're about to see, speeds up and becomes like differently spaced apart.
Okay, that was pretty... Okay, I think that was actually quite good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, trampoline team, for saving the day. This is an optional encounter. I did just fail to skip, unfortunately, because I got a little greedy.
Shoutouts to the ability that you otherwise don't really want to use.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Dawn of Equinox added mystery locks, but I vastly prefer this style of gameplay, and a lot of people seem to, so we just created a dedicated subcategory for this known as No Mystery Locks. Here's a combo scroll with Heap Frog, combo skill between Valier and Artie, that we're going to be using a lot because it's really good. And here is a really difficult encounter skip. There's two parts to this one as well. So particularly bad because we have to hit that switch on both trips. And we get like locked in the animation for a bit, and the guys are just free to throw things so it doesn't try and trap us in the encounter. So we need to do this one more time. If I don't hit this, I'd be pretty happy. How am I doing? That's probably fine. The guy on the left needs to be pretty far at the top, while the guy on the right is... Oh god. Well, the guy on the right is going up. I think I'm gonna make this. Woo!
Nice.
Nice. All right. You know what? I'm actually very happy I got that one. That one's way more difficult than the one I failed, but hey. All right. We do have to take this one. I'll be a little safe here. I'll do this. I think that'll do it.
And if you think that the text box that just popped up seems somewhat interesting in a place with a whole bunch of rails, then the name of the next boss makes a lot of sense.
I don't... Yeah, I burned my combo points on Chaplain Team. So usually we'll start this battle with Heat Frog, because it's a really good AoE damage. But that is a combo skill and requires 2 combo points.
Yeah, so Lunbo has this thing whereby if you hold the button to lean down too long, you just topple over and the attack ends. So you kind of have to like keep getting up also to get the green ones, which heal. So it's a very fun little timing sort of ability. Definitely the one I enjoyed using the most.
Oh yeah, it's pretty hard to get the hang of, but it is really fun once you've mastered it. See what we can do here. You do want to target enemy weaknesses as much as you can, which are shown to you. There's an item equipped to Artie by default known as the Clockwork Monocle, which just reveals enemy weaknesses to you. It has the same effect as an item from the base game called the Abacus, which we also equip in the speedrun because it's also really handy for decision making and stuff. All right, I'm gonna need some help here on this puzzle. I need you to tell me the funny number sequences.
Left switch, push, topmost block in, and
just give me the numbers.
1.
Okay.
And the second one says 1312.
Okay, 1312. I don't have this fully memorized, unfortunately. Chair has my notes right there on the laptop. 13. Oh, sorry. 1. Oh yeah, because you need that to go down.
And the last one says 232.
All right. 2, 3, 2. All right, this is now a co-op speedrun.
I'm helping.
There is actually, so if this game looks interesting to you, there is also a way to play this together with other people, because in the Dawn of Equinox update, local as well as for Steam Remote Play, online co-op was added. And it's actually quite good. I have already done a speedrun of the game, of the main campaign, with someone else, 2-player co-op through Steam Remote Play, and it worked really well. It was really fun. So we get this. You get. No, actually, wait. That's okay. That's correct. You get this. You get this. You get this, and then that should be everything. Yeah, the codes were a little weird because usually we do everything at the end, but yeah, everybody gets some armor. And now, yeah, this boss is very interesting. You may recognize certain aspects of this boss. I will just let these cutscenes play out because they're not horribly long.
Yeah, and everybody wants to see these anyway.
Yeah, in the practice room, everybody, when they saw this boss, asked me one particular question, and the ending cutscene of this boss will also answer this question. Alright, so this is Crazy Train. This is an interesting start.
Yeah, and just because I feel like I kind of have to. The boss is called Crazy Train. Earlier, a text box appeared, all aboard, so I just got to give a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Ozzy Osbourne. Just huge in my life in general in terms of his music back in the day.
Alright, so this guy's weak to laser, so we want to use Artie's attacks as much as possible. In particular, his boosted basic is really good. His leapfrog is really good. Heat frog is really good as well. Those are like attacks that you can keep going until you feel the action command, basically. There's quite a few of them in the main campaign as well as this. We'll see. I do always have to leave myself with some resources for when he casts locks. So I'm always a little cautious. This is pretty easy to break, thankfully. Should he ever get a cast off, then what he'll do is he'll trap one of my party members inside that little cabin in the back, and then he'll cast something else, and if I don't break that, then they will die instantly. which is a lot harder if you have mystery locks on, of course. Here, like the early bosses feel relatively easy because they have relatively simple lock permutations. And even with relatively little like prep, you can usually break them pretty easily. But it's going to get real dicey later on. This is not an easy run. I should be spending my MP more with Zale because he is starting to go down. I'll do this as well. Zale can definitely do a Juggernaut. It's a fantastic move name, by the way. Oh, nice. That was okay. That was it.
Excellent.
I almost skipped the cutscene by habit,
Alright,
but
everybody.
here's the moment everyone's been waiting for.
Which
don't
runs
see
into
one.
one donation.
Suplex!
And the donation literally is by Kezen Shu. Great suplex! Thank you for that €4.31 donation. Also, $10 from Juef saying Sea of Stars hype.
Woo!
Absolutely. If you haven't played this game, play it.
Yeah. I don't think it's on sale anymore. I think the winter sale is in it, but it's also like really not that expensive. I think on sale you can get it for like $20 or so. I gifted it to a friend in the winter sale for Christmas.
It's a good gift. So, campfires heal you. That's all you need to know. I guess you can also cook food there, but...
Oh yeah, we don't do that. Yeah, this game, we've been gathering ingredients here and there. They drop from enemies and you can like pick them up in the overworld, and there's a whole little cooking system as well. Unfortunately, that takes time, and we're not going to do any of that in the speedrun. We just buy pre-made food. Unfortunately, like the consumer we are, we just buy pre-made food, and then everything we find from the chests along the way. I don't know who put it all in there and if it's still good, but it seems good enough.
So now that we saved the train, we can ride the train.
Woo! And the greatest part about it is we can even whistle as much as we like. We can honk the horn.
Choo-choo. Now, if people want to, you could go for a donation train as well. That would be cool.
Choo-choo!
I made a game of it by honking to the rhythm of the song.
Mm-hmm. Very good idea.
Yep. So, we're at Ivory Towers. Now, there is a funny thing about the story of the DLC, whereby the two next areas we're going to go in are areas designed after evil clones of the main characters. And the evil clone of Zale is Narcissus King. If you don't get the joke of why, then, you know, you'll see. You'll understand soon enough.
This is actually also something that a lot of people I'm just going to be very safe with this one because I keep messing this one up lately.
Yeah.
A lot of people remark... No shot! How did you see me? Very well. A lot of people remarked about the base campaign that Zale and Valir didn't get a lot of character development because they're just like your standard RPG protagonists. Like, we gotta save the world, and they don't talk much in general. Like, basically everyone else gets way more not screen time, but like way more character development than them, and that is something that they took to heart, I think, and tried to fix in the DLC, which is really cool because they do get some really good scenes with them.
Yeah.
Right, so this encounter is optional. These guys are actually pretty tough. They have 80 HP, and they're weak to laser, which makes Artie pretty good. But right now we're still pretty low power for them. I would have to skip this encounter twice as well because we would have to skip it on the way out of the castle. So it's like fine to take it, but it's still like, I don't know. It should be a fairly easy one to skip. So I'm always a little miffed. That's fine. There's plenty of time in the estimate to account for these things.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm already leveling up. I'm not supposed to be leveling up for like 3 more battles, but that's okay. We do actually want to take at least one optional at some point for Ivory Towers, usually, because we want to reach level 4 for Narcissus King to get the Zale skill Sun Balancing, as well as just like extra stats that are nice. But I've already taken plenty of optional encounters, so I really didn't need to take that one. It is how it is. really, when you're running this game, it's just like trying to get better. It's just like shuffling around which encounter skips you get and don't get. You're never going to get them all. That is asking way too much for a single run. Even for the shorter DLC campaign, you're just like you're getting better at some, and maybe you're like minimizing the amount slightly, and maybe you're like getting some different ones, failing some different ones. It's a little bit of a toss-up every run, but you're never getting rid of them all.
Yeah, so we're about to see a whole bunch of like little puzzles throughout this area. All sorts of little things you have to do and grab and reposition. You got this block mechanic that you can pick things up and put them back down. Over here there's like a rail. We have to kind of like move the rail around a whole bunch, get it in the right position, and then take the miniature train thing.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool perspective ring you do right there.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, this is the mule drone. That's something that's new to this DLC as well. And this entire area is just built around it. It keeps making appearances later on as well, but this is like its main area to show. And I think it's really cool. I do really like the puzzles they cooked up here. Okay. The next encounter I take will actually be a forced fight. This one there's not a realistic way around because we need to enter that door to the palace, and these guys are like very in the way. So what do we have here? So these guys, this is when the locks start to get pretty random. We want to enter every fight topped up as much as possible on MP and stuff, so we can reasonably break them all every fight, or break the important ones at least. Like the middle guy's not really important because he's from the prologue. He's not very strong. But the other guys, they have a pretty strong single target to cast that we do want to get rid of. In fact, the middle guy might just die from this heat frog. Of how much stronger we've gotten, yeah. That's funny. And this guy, yeah, he's also almost dead, so I can just do this. Very good.
All right. More items.
All right, this. We're starting this one first, right?
That looked right.
Yeah. So you have to put together a picture of Narcissus King here. I actually only vaguely remember the exact pieces you take. I always just look at my notes because I made like an elaborate image for this. But I did do this without my notes in practice. I can probably
you got the right one.
Piece it together. The only annoying thing is you have to like go around the entire room each time you want to insert one of these.
4 is the bottom left.
Bottom left.
Yeah,
that's left. Sorry, I'm not good with directions.
No worries.
There. 5 should be this one.
Yep.
And that's 6. This should be 7, and then we're done. Alright, good stuff.
That's the other one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so right. I need to take that out again. Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
I didn't hear that it like didn't click properly and remove the tile.
Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, a lot of RPG runners have entire lists of notes.
Yeah, I think my notes for this game are like for this category in particular are like 40 pages, but I'm pretty sure for like the base campaign True Ending run they're like 100 pages.
Not surprised.
Yeah. See, so I don't have enough combo points for Heap Frog to do this. I'm just gonna have to do boost the basic with Valir and then follow up with Party. Yeah, so every character has like an init damage type as well as a boost damage type. Zale does 2 fire locks by default, and if you boost, he also does 1 bonk lock. Valir does 2 bonk locks by default, and if you boost, he also does she does 1 gleam lock as well, and then Artie's just responsible for laser with just getting more laser locks. Getting more laser locks the more you boost. How do I do this best? This guy also needs to like go. Usually he just died from like a big AoE attack, but I didn't have much of anything. I can probably do this with just another Spectacle Strike. Spectacle Strike is pretty handy combo because it's just a combined basic attack by Zale and Valier. So it does 2 fire, 2 bonk, and then if Zale boosts, it does an extra bonk, and if Valier boosts, it does an extra Gleam Lock. So it ends up seeing a lot of use for lock breaking, as well as also just decent damage dealing, because it's just the damage of the 2 basic attacks combined into one.
Even in the base game, the equivalent of it, Solstice Strike, is just very useful throughout, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only 1 combo point, so it's like the very basic technique. I will absolutely need to heal before I go to the next section. So for this run, we're just going to be eating a lot of popcorn and ice cream, because the shops just mostly sell popcorn and ice cream. Popcorn restores 66% of a party member's HP. Ice cream restores 50% of the party member's MP. And between basically every fight, we're just going to heal up so we can start the battle by using our strongest skills again and again. Just react to the locks they give us.
Even the food items in the DLC have like a circus flair to them.
Yep. Okay. This is interesting. So I absolutely want to break this guy's cast, because it takes a really long time. It's actually not that threatening. It's pretty low power.
Yeah.
But still. Now the hard part in this one is going to be getting a leapfrog that actually breaks this guy's locks, because there are 4 targets here, so I have to get a total of 20 bounces here. There we go. And which enemy Artie always bounces to is completely random. Like, he'll always bounce on every enemy once before, like, repeating. But in which order he does that is random. This. You don't have enough for anything, so you're going to Spectacle Strike this guy. Then you're gonna do that. Oh, nice. That already kills him. Okay, so it's just these guys, which are pretty threatening, to be fair. Their basic attack does do a lot of damage. I will actually Loon Bow, because it currently is also a good opportunity for an AoE party heal. And we can try and take him on with Artie and finish him off. Oh, nice. That actually also finished them off. I didn't expect... Okay. Sometimes I underestimate the damage Loon Bow does, because it's really... It feels to me more like a support move than anything else, but it actually does pretty well sometimes. So here we're going to build a new statue of the Narcissus King, because for some reason he's not happy with this one. I don't know. I feel like this perfectly captures him, but he wants a new one, so we're going to have to do that.
Yeah, the Narcissus King kind of shows up a couple of times to taunt you.
Yeah.
Gets a little story moment as well for Zale, so it's kind of interesting to see villains show up, taunt you, and run away.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things here in writing about the things that Zale and Valier have like always feelings that they've tried to repress or like not show much in their public faces because they're heroes and everything, and that's how that's basically how the Narcissus King and the Feral Queen came to be when the puppeteer absorbed their solstice magic.
Yeah, it basically the clones are made of their darkest like traits that are tucked away.
Yeah, so Zale wants to like be seen. He wants recognition for saving the world, for being a hero, and all that stuff. And the Narcissus King is basically just that, but like taken to an extreme.
Yeah.
What's coming up next? I forget.
Another statue shoving things sometime
soon. Oh, it's the mirror room. Let's see. I will need a pretty decent amount of ice cream here. I at least want it on you, because these guys can cast locks that require Juggernaut and or Leapfrog. Yeah. This seems like a good call. Actually, I'm gonna go Heapfrog because I currently am sitting on full combo points.
Yeah.
Once I'm sitting on full combo points, I do wanna spend them. Because any like lock breaking gives me a substantial amount of combo points, and that'll just go to waste. Like, look at the combo gauge right now. It goes up every time I break a lock. It actually goes up most when you finish off an enemy. That gives you quite a good boost. But yeah, just attacking gives you a decent amount, and lock breaking gives you quite a decent amount. How much HP? Oh, you're like dead. Okay.
Yeah. Don't even have to boost your attack there with the tap.
I really like finding opportunities for like basic attacks, because they actually do a lot for you, which is something I really like about this game. Is like everything builds on one another. You have basic attacks which create live mana, as well as there we go, as well as restore MP, and then you can use those MP on skills, and then using skills adds quite a bit to your combo point gauge. And then, well, in the base campaign, using skills, and especially using combo skills, adds a lot to your ultimate gauge. There's actually no ultimate moves in the DLC campaign at all. But it's like really cool how everything builds on one another, and even like the things at the lower like step of the ladder are still very useful for combat.
You say there's no ultimate moves, but technically...
Well, yes, technically there's one ultimate move we're going to see in this round.
Yeah.
You are not incorrect.
Yeah.
But
just no, like, a circus-themed one.
Yeah. Alright, this next encounter I will try to skip, but it's not that easy, so... Yeah, he caught me. That's fine. Okay, I do have enough combo points for Heapfrog again. I might just go Leap. And I still have a bit of meter left that I can charge. Especially later on in the run, it's going to be really important to have combo points at the ready to break enemy locks. Because a lot of bosses, and even sometimes enemies, will throw nasty things your way that you want to break as soon as possible. Although, wait, I don't have... Shoot. Okay, I actually... Wait, how much HP do you have? This might work.
Yeah.
Okay, barely. Nice.
Perfect.
I was worried, because the only way I was going to break his locks is Heapfrog, which would then spend my combo points again, but... Yeah. Because I didn't have enough life mana to get already to 5 shots. You need 3 life mana for that. This as well. And I also didn't have enough MP for Leapfrog, so...
Yeah, so we got some money items for doing the minigame earlier as well, called Clown Noses. And those give you, like, the current... You can sell them for currency. Like circus coins or whatever they're called.
I think they're just called tokens.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, and for the most part, we're just going to be buying popcorn and ice cream, as mentioned. I think there's going to be one instance where we buy, like, equipment, but most of the time we just find equipment along the way, like, which gets increasingly better as you go. Like here, I think this is another armor for Zale. Oh god, it's free too, right? These puzzles I also can't fully consistently remember.
Yeah,
there you go, that looks right.
You have to, like, slide the reflection in front of the correct door.
These puzzles actually did take me quite a while when I played... Ah, shoot. When I played casually. I did try to skip that encounter, but it wasn't going to happen. I think I will actually just open this with Juggernaut into Heapfrog. Seems like a good call. Because the guys on the sides are... Or like the guy on the right in this case, they're root to laser. Should do a lot, and this is also going to break that Gleam lock over there. And hopefully the guy on the left will just die. Enemies actually have, I think it's 20% damage resistance while casting, so All these hits I'm doing on him are actually dealing slightly less damage, but like it's a weak enemy from early on, so in that case we still got through. And hopefully this should do as well for the kill. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, you can see the damage numbers are increasing a bit. We are getting stronger as we find better equipment and level up. But the max level for this campaign is actually very low. It's like 6,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh god. This was 1532, 23. What was it?
1523.
1523. Okay, thank you. This one took me ages casually. I didn't really understand this one properly.
Yeah.
These are actually pretty tricky. You have to consider the crystal mechanics and like rebounds off of like when it doesn't have any more doors to go. It's a pretty weird one, this one.
Yeah.
Thankfully it's the same every time, so we can just like if we know what to do, we can just enter the same doors every time and that'll beat that. There's a fight in here, so I'm checking if I'm prepared, but I am. So this is gonna be another leapfrog moment. There is a certain like I don't know. The game is sometimes kind of unbalanced in terms of like how easy breaking multiple of a specific lock type is. Like breaking multiple of laser and gleam is pretty easy because you have leapfrog and loonbow, for instance, or heapfrog as well to just break basically an infinite amount of them. But then like actually Juggernaut also does like actually never mind. It doesn't work as well in the example of the DLC campaign because Juggernaut and Heapfrog like covers everything pretty well. But in the base campaign, for instance, it's a real pain to break more than one stun lock at a time. Arcane gets pretty tricky if you have to do more than 3 as well. There's definitely a certain imbalance. And then like you have moves called Venom Flurry and Moonerang that just remove infinite Venom and Moon locks, for instance. Alright, there's level 4. This gives us Sun Balancing, which is a really good Zale skill. We weren't supposed to get this until right before Narcissus King, ideally, but hey, what can you do? Right, so that's the Fur Tower. There's actually a little fun fact. This game has its own little, not language, but like letter system. And the 4 things we're pushing in on each of the towers actually are the letters Z, A, L, and E. So they spell Zale.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's on the front gate as well.
So shout out to that cannon enemy called
Nice.
Village Bull.
Yeah.
That's
My
a good
favorite
name.
guy. That one's actually a pretty difficult encounter, Skip. You have to handle that one just right. And you need 2 Mistral Bracelet pushes on the enemies, which is pretty hard to calculate. Like, sometimes you'll do it and you'll like have the air puff animation come out of your hand, but the enemy will be close to you enough already that the battle just starts anyway, so you really need to know how to judge it.
So that statue puzzle you just did, when I played it, I just had no idea what I was doing and I just accidentally did it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. It's you order the statues like bronze, silver, gold from like the victory pose, I guess, from like most to least humble or something. It's based on the pose they strike. Alright, we have one last encounter here before the boss. I don't have enough for Juggernaut. I could juggle core if I wanted to. You know what? Sure. So juggle core is a skill that we picked up in Ivory Towers actually a couple of rooms ago. And that one's going to be really important because it deals 3 damage types at once. It deals up to 6 bonk, gleam, and fire type locks. So it's going to be seeing a lot of use for lock breaking. The action command's somewhat difficult. I actually rarely get all of them. But yeah. You can also, I don't think we've specifically pointed this out yet, but you can also block incoming enemy attacks if you time it right. So
yeah.
There's timed hits for your own attacks, and then there's timed blocks. So when like a projectile is about to hit you, you hit the A button, and then you'll receive slightly less damage. And you can always see whether I hit an action command or not, because A, like a rainbow-colored star will fly out of me, and B, in the bottom right, there's like an indicator where it says P1 if I hit the action command or not. Sure, yeah, dead. I was going to say something and then I completely forgot. What did I want to say? Time hits, time blocks. Oh yeah, relics. Right. So we should probably go into detail about the category because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We're like an hour in about.
I kind of like briefly mentioned the relics a bit, but you know more about that than I do.
Yeah. So the category we're playing here is hold on. Deposit this here. Take this. The category we're playing is Glitchless, no relics, no mystery locks, and new game. Glitchless is relatively self-explanatory. There's a handful of glitches, mostly related to like the co-op features in this game that you can abuse, and we're not going to be doing any of them. It's actually not possible for the DLC because something kind of got broken in the update that the DLC came with, but there are like heavy glitch runs of this game with the base campaign. Glitchless, you know, it's relatively self-explanatory. We'll play everything as intended. New game means that we play this from a file that hasn't touched the DLC before. You can like play the DLC over and over again, and like you start at max renown, you have all skills already, you have 999 tokens, all that good stuff. But we're starting fresh. And then most importantly, the relics part. So this is the no mystery locks preset, which only allows, as of the new rules changes, 4 specific relics. Mark of the Speedrunner, which is what gives us that nice load remove timer in the top left that you're seeing. And also adds some other minor things for run verification. Let me just make sure this is all correct. Should be good on every front. Yeah. So that's all that does. Sequin Flare, which is what gives me that little rainbow colored star. It also has no gameplay effect, it just makes stars fly out of me. Then Signifying Glass, which is what turns the mystery locks into normal ones. And we've also allowed the Falconite Parrot relic for item collection reason for like 100% runs and stuff. Alright, Narcissus King. This is one of my favorite fights in the run. You want to talk about this fight a little bit?
Yeah, sure. As you saw, he has an attack called the Ganon Ball, which is a wonderful reference to, of course, Legend of Zelda stuff. And if you just keep deflecting that, you deal a chunky, hefty 50 damage to him, which is great. The other thing you're going to be seeing here is the mirrors and the spotlight. This guy really likes to look at his own reflection in a mirror that's got a spotlight on it, so he can see the maximum amount of himself. If we deny him the ability to look at himself, we're going to have a much better of a time.
Yeah. He's charging his ultimate attack over there. If any mirror gets free charges off, like if he looks into a particular mirror for free turns, then he'll cast his ultimate attack, which hurts a lot.
Yeah.
You do always have to be careful in this battle where you aim, because the crank you see on the right is a separate target. So you don't want to accidentally like cast your strong skills and stuff on that. What is also important to note is that the amount of dedicated hits on the crank also matters. So like you saw there, I did an untimed basic on the crank intentionally. Because if I did a time basic, it would actually move 2 spaces over and it would move right to the next mirror in this instance. So you want to be careful there. And there's actually a lot of cool strategizing you can do with various moves in terms of how you use them on the crank to try and direct the spotlights away from the mirrors here. Soon enough, there's going to be 2 spotlights. So
Really, we should have just killed the guy who keeps cranking the crank.
yeah, every turn that ends with Narcissus King not looking into a mirror, this guy will come from the side and just turn the crank until, you know, until the spotlight is on a mirror. Every turn or work gets on him, but it is really important that we don't let him get that that super attack off. It's called Symmetry of Sin. Sometimes you can just have bad luck and he will just get it off and there's nothing you can do because the guy keeps turning the spotlights to the same mirror in every turn. I think the middle one has a decent amount of charge.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. This is... how many do I need here, actually? This is 4, right? I don't have a good way to do that right now. I could try and Loon Bone just YOLO it. Or I could try... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we end the attack.
Yeah, we
There you
just
go.
let ourselves get hit, fall over, and we're fine. Yeah, so there's a lot of like timing amounts of hits to make sure that the attack does not go off.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider in this one with the crank and the spotlights in the mirror and like your general like damage output and what locks you want to break and what locks you don't want to break, like the Cannonball locks. It's really fun. I think that's going to be a symmetry.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Lots of timing.
Yeah, I got most of them, which is nice, but he still did like half of my health. So this is Cannonball again, so I'm gonna let him cast this, and hopefully if I reflect it every time, he'll take 50 damage again.
Yeah, he's got a whopping 750
Nice.
HP.
Surprisingly, it's actually kind of random how often he will deflect the projectile. Like, sometimes he'll only do it a couple times, and sometimes he'll do it like 10 times. I don't know why. Not that it matters usually, but it is an interesting little thing. Oh, I can do this, because... Oh, wait, but this is gonna also hit the crank.
Yeah.
I don't have the MP for Juggernaut. So I could Cannonball Trampoline right now, but that would also shift the crank very unpredictably. So I think what I'm going to do is just like AoE heal and then take this. This is a reverse Sunball, so this is his other move. It doesn't do too much damage, so it's fine, just let him get it off. So he's in his weakened state, so I know that he's going to go down pretty soon, so I'm just gonna crank out damage here. Artie's boosted basic is really, really good. Spectral Strike is really good on Valier, especially because Valier doesn't have great single target options. We're gonna do this. Restore some MP on Zale, which like also the crank actually also restores MP and creates life mana when you hit it, which is really nice.
Yeah, all you have to do with the attack is just attack.
Yeah.
Like that's enough to get MP back.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice. Good fight. We did have one forced symmetry where like I turned the crank or I turned the spotlights away as best I could at every opportunity, and yet the guy just rotated it to the same mirror over and over. So we just had to watch it. But
yeah, there's a good bit of RNG in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of RNG in like what permutations of locks enemies cast. A lot of enemies only draw from like a specific pool. It's like the Kagos, as you saw, they only had 5 times laser or what is it? It's like 3 times bonk and 2 times fire. But other enemies, and this will become more prominent as we go through the game, starting like in the next segment, will just cast completely random locks with no restrictions at all. And that's when the game becomes really, really tricky. And that's when the run is going to start becoming really tricky as well. So far, we've had relatively smooth sailing, but that really doesn't have to mean anything. I did a practice run earlier today, and I still had my butt pretty greatly handed to me.
Still under your estimate, though, right?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
It's somewhat generous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like the overworld in this game because it really just has that Chrono Trigger style walking around and it almost feels identical. It's great. Honk honk.
Honk honk. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry. So now we have sun balancing. So the minigame vendors in town are going to let us play a new minigame, which is based on sun balancing. This is available now. And completing this is going to give us a very nice accessory for Zale. So I'll try my best and hopefully first try this. So this one's actually not that... Oh god. This one's actually not that easy.
Yeah. It's very floaty movement in this minigame.
Nice, okay.
There we go, perfect.
I was like looking at that gauge, okay.
Yeah.
We did barely get it first try. So that gives us the Helia Calbrouge. And that just adds a raw plus 20 power to Sun Balancing, which is really good because Sun Balancing is already pretty strong and it's an AoE move, so it does great splash damage. And we're going to be using that a lot, especially in the next year, but in general, moving forward. And off we go. Choo-choo! Now that we're done with Zale's evil twin, this is where we go on to Valir's evil twin, the Feral Queen. The first area of this is not even very involved, so the Feral Queen is supposed to be like a reflection of Valir, how she's like always trying to be composed, and handle the situation proper and everything, but inside there's a large part of her that just wants to let loose.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Feral Queen actually comes along pretty often as well and like taunts her, and there is going to be a segment later on where she'll really get on her skin, and then Valir temporarily leaves the party, and we only have Zale and Artie to fight with for a little bit. But Wolf Rock is mostly a puzzle area. There's a couple fights here and there, but they're actually not too bad. It is really mostly just memorizing all these puzzles, which I am famously bad at. There's a lot of block pushing puzzles in this area as well. In case you can't see anything, don't worry, I also can't. You're supposed to like use these crystals that are scattered all around here. You can like tap them and activate them.
Yeah.
And that'll like light up the entire surrounding area. Unfortunately, it costs like a second each time you do it, and we don't have time for that. So a large part of this will just be in the darkness. I actually really like the effect it gives. So a lot of this game plays with like shading as well. In the main campaign, it's really prominent because you have the ability to switch between day and night every time, and like the lighting dynamically shifts as well, and it's great. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, there's even like puzzle mechanics where you have to like switch it from day to night to get like certain things to light up and.
Yeah, it's really good. They worked particularly hard on the dynamic lighting for all those things. In general, I think the game looks freaking gorgeous. It's incredible. Like it's a pretty retro-inspired RPG, but it's still it's like I don't know. I would say it definitely still has its own art style, and it really hits. It really kicks. This I can do, yeah. So I can do this. And then leapfrog to get the other guy. So these are the wolves.
They go awu.
Yep. So they're special. Oh, yeah, he's gonna get that one off. That's unfortunate. Their cast, or their special skill is called awoo! And they go awoo! And it's gonna happen on this guy right here. You're gonna see it. And then the unfortunate side effect of them going awoo is the guy in the middle will also go awoo and turn into a werewolf himself. And that'll give him a full HP restoration. Unfortunate, but in this case unavoidable.
Yeah. So you have like these enemies that, if it's just them, they can just like keep trying to chain small heals together and just take ages.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it also... So, Woo does 3 things. It restores enemy HP by 10, all of them. It decreases all enemy turn counters. by 1, and it makes any non-wolf guys go awoo as well. They turn into wolves and get their HP fully restored. This guy should be about dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of hear that the music in the area also kind of like adjusts to the area to make it fit better.
Oh yeah. That's in this DLC in particular. They have like a battle, unique battle theme for every area, and they also have like unique versions of like if you listen closely in the past couple of visits, you've always heard like there was a unique version of Horloge playing as well whenever we were in town, like when the Narcissus King took over, and then when it was raining and we were about to head to Wolf Rock, there was like a feral version playing, and that's really, really cool. I like the feral like version of the battle theme the most, I think.
Out of the DLC, yeah, probably.
Yeah. This game's soundtrack is fantastic in general. It's really large. Like in the main campaign, most tracks have like a day and night variation, and there's also a like version 1.0 and version 2.1 variation of most tracks, which I won't get into detail on what that entails exactly, because it's a little spoilery, but...
And any of these areas where you have an underwater segment as well, things sound muted, which is great, because the developers also previously made The Messenger, another absolutely fantastic game. And that game as well had like muted sound in their music whenever you went underwater. Just brilliant stuff.
Yep. All right, I'm going to need some French experts right here. I'm going to need you to tell me, ideally through a donation, how in the world you pronounce this right here, because I have no idea. I know what it's supposed to mean, because it's actually pretty clear in the German translation, but I have no idea how to pronounce that in particular. And I know we have a lot of Frenchies around, so...
If you're still awake,
go and educate us. This is pretty easy, although it will need to be Heap Frog. Because I won't have a good time getting rid of the two Galeem locks otherwise. This is a fairly easy battle, and I'm going to try and just chain it right into another one without healing. We'll see how that goes. I'll need to try and leave myself decently on MP. With this, wait. I didn't expect that guy to die. Wait, this should be,
nice.
Those are really good timers as well.
I like how during doing the attack, the enemies were just looking at each other as you just bounce from head to head.
Alright, so there's the next one. So I need to build life mana to break this. Because this is a Valier boost basic.
Yep.
Then we'll see. So these guys have haste applied to their timer. Do you want to explain what that is?
I don't fully remember because it's a weird mechanic. But in essence, essentially, things with haste attack more often, or like rebuild getting the next attack ready quicker.
Yeah. So basically, most enemies in the game are like enemies without haste applied. Will always wait until after they've taken an action, they will wait to take their next action until every single party member of yours has taken their turn as well. And everybody's like you're going to a whole nother full round. Everybody's ready to go, use their skills and stuff, and everything's good. But if they have haste applied, which you can see by the little fast forward symbol right there, they'll queue another action immediately after taking their current action, which can leave you in some pretty bad situations. Sometimes, like when, if this guy, for instance, casts laser locks while Artie's turn has been expended, and only Zale and Villier are able to move for until they take their actions, then there's not much I can do.
The only thing you can hope is that you have enough combo to combo with Artie to make something happen.
Yeah, for combo skills, it's actually pretty interesting because it does not matter who initiates the combo. I need to do this and this, yeah. It doesn't matter who initiates the combo, it's going to be the same, and the other involved party member doesn't lose their turn. So, I can use Heap Frog with Valier, and that involves Valier and Artie. But then Artie can still use Leapfrog on his turn. He can still act on his own. There's also something interesting, which was also added in the Dawn of Equinox update to freshen up the combat, is combo moves restore MP to both characters involved equal to the amount of combo points the scale took to use. That sounds really complicated, but like, say I use Spectacle Strike. Whichever character I do that with, it doesn't matter. When I do that, Zale and Valier both get 1 MP. So there's actually some more strategizing you can do there. Like, let's say there's a lot of Gleam Locks on the field, and Valier doesn't have enough MP for Loonbow. Then Zale can initiate a Spectacle Strike, which gives Valier 1 MP, and then she still has her turn and she can Loonbow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really like intricate mechanics that all work together in this game, and I really, really like it. The combat is very dynamic. You have a lot of things you can do. You know what? I will Heap Frog to get rid of that last Gleam Lock. I'm pretty sure Gleam used to be called Magic, Magic type damage, Magic type dot locks in an earlier version. But I mean, Magic is a very generic term. A lot of things in the main game, like their Sun and Moon, were always referred to with Magic as well, like Solstice Magic, Solar Magic, Lunar Magic, and stuff. So I can see why they changed it. I hope this just kills him. Okay, good.
There we go. More cutscenes to skip.
Need to check I'm topped up between every fighter, because there's several fights going on here.
Yeah, I quite like how this game handles like cutscene skipping, because instead of it just being like a single button press or like open a menu and then a button press, you'd hold it down. So if you don't intend to, you can see the timer fill up and be like, whoa, 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 I don't want to skip this.
Yep. We actually didn't have the ability to skip cutscenes until I think that was also probably the Dawn of Equinox update. Like, that was a really big update.
Yeah.
But if you look, so we're currently in the middle of revamping the leaderboards for this game to get them like more up to date with the current versions of the game. But if you look on the leaderboards right now and like look at the runs and like any percent glitchless new game or whatever, yeah, he's gonna get the woo off. Hold on. The other guy's gonna get the cast off. You'll see that the runs are all like 7 to 10 hours long or something, and they all just have to watch like every single cutscene in the game. Like, we didn't have the ability to skip cutscenes, or well, I say we as if I was speedrunning the game during that time. But you didn't have the ability to skip cutscenes for a long time, and I think it cut like 2 hours off the run when that finally happened. So it was a pretty big deal. So the top guy's actually almost dead. So I'm just gonna do this and then finish him off.
Nope.
Then see where I'm at with the other guys. So yeah, now I don't have anything Valier available, so I can't do this. I'll just have to try and go for the kill. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is like really friendly for speedrunning. Like, there's the Mark of the Speedrunner relic, which does the load remove timer on its own automatically. Cutscenes can be skipped, and there's no text matching either. There's if you hold right shoulder button and confirm, then it just automatically fast forwards any text as fast as possible for you. It is really, really nice. Sabotage has made a lot of changes and updates to the game just to like make it better for speedrunning, and we have actually been seeing a decent surge of new runners, I would say, as of late. For a long time, like long stretches of like 2025, this game has been laying very dormant, but we've been getting a lot of new interested people as of late, and I love to see it, because this game should have more runners, should get more recognition in general.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the main campaign run is pretty long. Like, it's The record's currently sitting at about 5.5 hours, which is pretty hefty for a lot of people to run. And I do understand that, but that's part of why I'm showing this here. Like, this is only a 2.5 to 3 hour run. It's a lot more accessible, and it's fairly easy to get into. So if you have any interest in that, there is also a partial game category for the full game known as Apparition %, where you just play the game up to the chromatic apparition, which is like, for a speedrun, it's like an hour in right about, a little more. So if any of that tickles your fancy, absolutely do try and check this game out. I really can't recommend it enough.
I always like it when longer games have like shorter categories so that people can kind of like try it out a bit, figure it out. Early game chapter sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also just like a health thing. Like, a lot of people just physically can't do runs that are like longer than like 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
That's like just the limit for them, and that's fine. That's all fine and dandy. Like, I myself really like long speedruns. I did the true ending category for the main campaign, which was like I think I came in just above 9 hours in a single sitting, but that is a lot. And okay, hold on. Beast, Moon, Star, Beast, Moon, Star, Beast, Star, Beast, Star. Go, Moon, Star, Beast, Moon, Star, Beast, Star, Star. Oh god. Okay. Let's do that again. Beast, Moon, Star, Beast, Moon, Star, Beast, Moon, Star. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a slip up. Woo! I don't think I've actually ever fallen down there before. But I'm glad there's a way up without encountering any enemies. But yeah, as much as I love long runs, I know not everyone does, and that's why it's nice to have things accessible for people.
Yeah, I myself generally have patience for like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 at most.
Come on. I'm gonna need these guys to like stop and give up the pursuit so I can climb up this ledge, because otherwise they are just gonna catch me. It should happen eventually. Oh shit, no, I got stuck on the thingy.
Yeah.
No. This encounter is really rough. Like, this one is skippable, but the problem is you have to climb up that ledge, and like the climbing animation just takes too long and the enemies catch up to you. So you have to like try and get them stuck and try and give them to give up pursuit for a little moment. And yeah, then I got stuck myself in trying to get them stuck. It's unfortunate. There you go. But that's really good. Sunbouncing does great work here because the surrounding two guys are weak to fire. And we now have the Heliac Calbrooch, so it does pretty big numbers. And I like big numbers. I like number go up.
Yeah, part of the mechanic of this area is like finding these keys, activating locks, kind of opening up more of a path. And this whole platform just get a new one. When I played through this first, I kind of thought I would have to like somehow go back down to pick up the first key again, because I feel like that's a pattern in this game where you have to put things into place and then go back to undo it.
They do that a lot. There's gonna be there's one big room just earlier that we did where it's basically just like carrying things back and forth and across. And there's going to be one more big instance of that in the final area as well.
Jungle vibes.
Listen to players go over. Yeah.
Yeah, as with like a lot of things in this game, there's like a lot of Chrono Trigger references and probably just a lot of inspiration even in like the soundtrack.
How did that work?
So this whole area, in terms of like the audio design and of all that, kind of reminds me a little bit of like the jungle prehistoric era Chrono Trigger.
I'm ashamed to say this, but I've never actually played Chrono Trigger myself.
If you love this game.
I'm hearing the boos. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, if you love this game, then you should play where most of this game's inspiration comes
Yeah,
from.
I know a lot of the references that this game makes to Chrono Trigger.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Artie himself is like a big Chrono Trigger reference from what I understand.
Artie is, in essence, a reference to two Chrono Trigger characters blended together. Which is funny, because the character is also multiple characters blended together. Artie is a robot and a frog. I wonder which two Chrono Trigger characters.
Okay,
I myself am also a huge Chrono Trigger fan.
I'm gonna unequip this. I'm gonna give it to Valir instead. I'm gonna give her better equipment and then give this to him, and then that'll do that. Because right here there's a cutscene. Oh, no, in like the next major Airwolf encounters, there's like a cutscene with a feral queen where, as I've said, Valir will temporarily leave our party, and yeah. So for the boss fight here, there's going to be spoilers. I'm just going to take this away. There's going to be a phase where Valir will fight on her own against the feral queen, and for that reason, we want her to have the best defensive equipment. So we're giving her Artie's Spectacular Scarf, which is 5 magic defense, as well as the best defensive equipment in the DLC, the Grand Marvel's Regalia. How am I looking? I think I probably can. Yeah, I should take the campfire here. So this is a bit of a detour, but this saves me some healing items and could come in handy later. I really wish we could just buy the what is this even? The Barba Papa, the revive item? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. It's like cotton candy, but I don't know what the name is supposed to be.
When I saw the name, all I could think of was like an old cartoon called Barba Papa. That was all I had.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it's supposed to be.
But I think in some places they might actually call cotton candy that.
Probably, yeah. It's got to come from somewhere. Yeah, and the caramel corn is really nice because it heals everyone by 40% HP. But we only get a very limited amount in this run. Alright, so there's a very short solo Zale RD section. And there is one encounter skip here, which I'll try to get. Right here. Nice, okay. That guy you have to push twice, and then you don't get to see what's going on for a while. So it is a bit scary, but that's actually not that difficult, I found. I get it pretty consistently. Alright, Feral Queen. Let's see. What do we have here? So Feral Queen also has haste applied to her time, and we can abuse this in a lot of situations because we can just stall her out, like breaking her locks as late as reasonably possible. Like right here, I could break the locks right now, but I'd just be wasting a turn of damage and like generation of MP and life mana, because I can also just do this because I have 2 turns. So in this case, I should be using the 2 turns. This is also pretty basic. I'm just gonna do this, followed by this, and then finish off with RD because we have 3 turns for this. She can cast that with a timer of 2, which then limits my options quite a bit. And the same applies for this. I don't have RD's turn available. That's okay. So then I have to do this using Keep Frog into Juggle Core. I was thinking there's 2 ways to deal efficiently with an enemy that is casting every single type of lock at once. Heap Frog plus Juggernaut, and alternatively RD Basic plus Juggle Core. Because Juggle Core deals Bong, Fire, and Gleam, and then RD Basic deals Laser. Oh, not again, not with a timer of 1. Yeah, I can't do much here.
That's rough.
So we're just gonna have to let her get this off. This is Bush Road. This is unfortunate too. Alright, let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Alright, we got unlucky.
Yeah, when I played the game, she used this like twice, I think, and both times I got it like second bush.
I don't have Artie's turn or Valir's turn to use Heap Frog. That's lovely. I'm just gonna popcorn Valir in that case. This is her least threatening cast. This is mobile. This is a single target attack. Yeah, there's no way to do this in 1 turn. There's no way to deal every single type of lock in one turn, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, so with the locks, it's like you see the power percentage, and that indicates how much damage of the attack it's still going to do. So when you can't dodge them all, you just reduce as much as possible.
This is Full Moon. This is her equivalent of Symmetry of Sin. This seems like a great time for Loonbo, except Villiers isn't available. Therefore... Actually, it's a great time for the Funny French skill, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is also a really good AoE party heal. This also deals donk damage on enemies, but... usually that's the less important part. Usually I just use this for like a pretty much full party heal, because it's really potent. It is very much a Mario and Luigi coded attack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Free timer is good. I like that. And then I'll get a sun balancing off. This is at this point it's just better single target damage than Juggernaut. I was way off screen there. What the hell? Okay, that's funny. I'll save that for the moment. You know what? Why not? Let's get a pole vault in here.
Oh.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the showcase. I don't know how to time this.
No.
I don't know if anyone really does. I like never see anyone use this move. Okay. This Hold. Maybe if I leapfrog, I can generate enough combo points in order to use Heapfrog next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, barely.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually have enough MP for Loonbo.
Yeah, so if you take more encounters throughout up until this point and you level up more, you get another attack that would be absolutely perfect here to break the rest of the locks as well on Valier solo. But we're going to see that attack later, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna see later. You get it on level 5, but we're still level 4 because we don't level like at all. I'm gonna popcorn Valier because she needs high HP going to next phase, and then I can still break it. Yeah, we just don't take enough encounters. There's not enough forfeits to get us to level 5. Like, I took quite a bunch of optional encounters, and it still isn't enough to get us to level 5 here. We actually won't even have it for the next boss either, which would also be really good to have it for. Alright, second phase. This is Valier solo, and this is something that I can't do anything against. That's lovely.
This is the 1v1 me bro part.
Yep. Everybody's just watching. She's being cheered on, and Zale and Artie are just kind of standing there. Yep. Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Man, that's unlucky. There is unfortunately no way to tell where she is. You're just gonna like have to suck it up if she gives you that. We just like mash up basics. All skills are also disabled, so we can't hit multiple at once. Can you stop doing that? Like, jeez. Like, this is what you would need the level 5 skill Trapeze for. Alright, can we get her this time, maybe? Hello?
Come on.
She's somewhere in there. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna use this opportunity to Loombo for a heal, because I can break this easily. She can also cast the 9-lock one with just Gleam locks, which I can also do easily via Loonbo. Go, because I don't want to be using a popcorn every single turn. That's not healthy. Oh my goodness. This is like the worst RNG I've ever had here.
Actually just being rude.
At least like let me find her, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go.
Whoa, we found her! No way.
That's crazy.
Thought it wasn't gonna happen. Should be, yeah, okay, there we go.
Nice.
Alright, that was the worst Feral Queen Phase 2 I've ever had in my life. But we made it. That's all that matters. If that's going to be the worst fight this run, I'll take that, because there's still pretty rough fights coming up.
Yeah, there's a few difficult ones coming up later.
Alright, there's one more encounter skip on the way out of this area, which is not that easy either. I need to be like somewhat high up so the wolf doesn't see me, and then follow along and get, oh god, no, get you out of the way. Well, we tried. Let's see. So I can do this with Heat Frog, and they both have free timers, so I'm delaying this as much as possible for the wolf. And to get some extra life mana to boost. Boosting with life mana not only adds like extra elements to all your attacks and skills, it also just like increases the damage by, I'm pretty sure 33% per boost. You can have up to 3 life mana on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Nice, there we go.
Very good.
Alright, yeah, I mean,
Nice.
It didn't take long, but, you know, it still always kind of sucks to take optionals when you know they're optional. And that one's not too hard to skip.
We'll just call it marathon safety.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You know, extra stuff.
Alright, so we've dealt with both of the evil twins. So now the puppeteer wants to summon us to her big top to fight us herself. We're gonna do a little more shopping in Horologe before we do that. I guess we could mention the so the puppeteer is basically like the shadow version of the Watchmaker herself, the titular Watchmaker from Throes of the Watchmaker. I don't think we've talked much about her yet.
No.
But basically, so we're inside like a no, we're not even inside a gigantic clock. We're inside like a normal sized clock, but like there's a whole miniature land on here. It's like the clock, the Watchmaker's greatest creation. And she spent like months and years on making this little miniature world with little clockwork flowers and clockwork residents and everything. And one more spectacular scarf for Artie. And probably some more items. Oh, this guy doesn't sell. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's
Other
fine.
shop, yeah.
So yeah, he spent a long time making this miniature world, and then the main villain of the base campaign, Eferul, played a trick on her and inserted a cursed, corrupted cog into her creation. And I mean, this wouldn't have been my first thought, but then when she noticed the clock wasn't working right and something was amiss, she created a device that let her shrink herself and enter the clock. And that's when the clock, the cursed cog started sapping her life energy and started creating this shadow duplicate of hers, the puppeteer, which has been terrorizing Horologe ever since. Well, all the citizens were like definitely afraid of even coming out to the plaza. And we're here to fix that.
Yep.
Alright, this is one of the toughest fights in the DLC.
Yeah,
so I
guy's
hope this
rough.
goes well.
This is Tendu.
Hmm?
He's an elephant.
He makes funny elephant noises too.
Does big hefty damage. And that's annoying lock
fine.
combinations.
Yeah, that's fine. I can just Lumbo. Yeah, so this guy generates his locks very randomly. So I'm gonna do this and then Lumbo, and that'll break it. And he also has haste applied to his timer. Basically everything at this point is going to have that.
Yeah.
So this fight, I always really want to have at least 2 combo points in store. And I want to have good MP on every character. Just to be able to prepare for anything he throws at me. Because there's one particular cast that he does that you really want to break fast. And I want to have some live mana on the ground as well, ideally.
Yeah, this guy can heal himself. He's got hefty damage. It's just a whole... It's trouble. It's rough.
His basic attack, 2 shots any of my characters, even if I like fully try and block it. And the block time on that one are pretty finicky as well, I'd say. Yeah, let's do a normal basic. And then I'll go for 1 spectacle strike, because there's a lot of damage if you boost it with a Leer. It's right about 50. Yeah, so this is Mantra, so what are we gonna get? Yeah, that's okay, so we have to do this with Heat Frog. Yeah, I mentioned before there's 2 ways of dealing every damage type in 2 turns. And it is Keep Frog and Juggernaut or RD Basic and Juggle Core. But the RD Basic and Juggle Core doesn't work here because there's too many laser locks in this case. Fine, very well. We'll go another turn. So yeah, I have to do the other way around. Unfortunate. So Mantra is very problematic because Mantra heals him by a significant amount. He's like what I didn't see. It's like 40 HP every turn roughly. We want to cancel it as fast as possible, but he's very likely to use every lock type in there, and it's quite rough. There he goes again. I don't have proper combo points for this. Oh god, what am I gonna do? This is... I think I see a way to do this in free, probably. Or if I get enough combo... No, I was gonna say I can juggle core, but I don't have enough combo still. Why am I even doing this? If I do... No, there's too many bonk locks. I can try this, and then...
Yeah.
And that. This is really rough. He's getting a lot of healing off. He has a lot of HP to begin with and very high defenses.
Yeah, he's got 888 HP.
This is really rough at the moment.
Okay.
Ow. 1 turn.
Okay.
And I could even do it if it wasn't for the laser lock. I'm just gonna... Yeah, so this is going to be Mirage Toss. So I will heal everyone and weaken it a bit. So this is his last cast he has. Mirage Toss is a very dangerous and deadly attack. Even if all 3 party members are alive and he spreads the damage somewhat evenly, it's gonna do like half HP or more. So let's see. There's also like, what, 18 block commands in here that I have to try and hit. There you go, 16. Alright, yeah, that's still pretty damn deadly. I'm actually going to use my 2 combo points on the French move. Because I really need the healing right now, and he does have a timer free up. And it's fine. Nice, actually got a lot out of it. Okay. You can... actually, you're gonna build back up. You also need a lot of MP back. There it goes again. I don't have any combo points because I have to heal. Okay. I see a way to do this in free turns, which is not great, but it's best I have. Juggernaut also ends faster if you let go of it early. Yeah, I could use it with Heat Proc, but I don't have the combo points, so it's gonna have to be this and then Loonbow. We're just also not dealing any damage while we're busy breaking his mantra. This fight can take a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah, again, the other attack that we don't have, that we get from level up, would make this a bit easier, because it deals both Gleam and...
Bonk.
Bonk, yeah.
You need MP back.
I'm getting a notification on your notes that the laptop's running out of power.
Oh, that's fine. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Again, stop casting mantra. There's only 2 laser locks, so this time we can try and do juggle core as well as RD basic. I always feel like I'm making no progress in this fight. Whenever something like this happens, it's just like does mantra on loop. It's really, really rough. Because he's not even in his like weakened animation yet.
Yeah, it is just in general a lengthy fight.
Yeah, this is what you want to see. Like getting free turns to break relatively easy locks. And being able to deal damage. You want to see way more of these casts than you want to see mantra casts. Or just like basic attacks. This should do a good amount of damage because he is weak to Gleam. Okay, you can't see him in the weakened animation now, so we are making progress. Tangible progress. I can't do this, so I will... yeah, I'll party heal. Take the Mirage Toss. I don't want to burn 2 combo points again. I wouldn't have been able to do it in 1 because of the laser lock. There is one skill in the game, which you get at max renown, which we don't reach in this rank, that does all damage types in 1. But I'm pretty sure it only does like 1 of each or something. I didn't even really understand how it worked when I used it casually. It's another triple tech. But yeah, we do end this campaign at level 5. Level 5 is the last one we're gonna get. We're gonna be 1 level under max renown. Okay, hopefully this is where we get him. Gonna try and go out on damage here. Thank you. Finally. All right, that was very much an endurance test as well. Okay.
Yeah, that's a hard fight. Like, even if you just can't do it casually and you just level up a bunch and take all the precautions, it's still rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so this is the last area in the game. This is the big top. Don't worry, don't be fooled by the fact that there was like an hour left on the estimate. This area is pretty expansive.
It's long.
There's a lot going on here. There's going to be several bosses in the way for progression. And yeah.
And all of these areas are designed in a way where it kind of puts your main squad in the position of circus performers. So you're moving these spotlights and kind of like you get drum rolls and stuff. It's very silly.
Yeah. It's really good though.
Oh yeah.
This room actually isn't particularly exciting. You just move this thing around a bunch. We do get another like best equipment here, like best armor for Zale. We're only gonna equip that later once we also have another thing we want to equip on Valier. We're not gonna actually be doing combat for a bit. We have some time to wind down here. Don't you think? Yeah, I guess there's one thing that's good to mention. In case anyone's thinking about picking this game up casually, you can adjust the difficulty of the game on various levels, basically to your liking. So that's what the relics are for. We haven't talked about many of them yet, because most of the relics are very beneficial. And this is like the no beneficial. This is like the hard mode speedrun, basically playing without relics or with just, you know, no mystery locks.
Yeah.
There is relics that let you heal fully on level up, or just let you heal fully on after every combat in general. You can have double health if you want. You can automatically do time tits and time blocks if you want. It lets you like fully customize your experience, and it's really, really nice as far as accessibility goes.
Yeah.
There is also one for the daredevils out there. There are relics that just make the game harder. You can like enemies take 60% less damage while casting, or enemies deal 60% more damage, and no items in battle, and campfires only heal 50%. All things like that. So there's something for everyone out there. I really like the relic system because it lets you just customize your game experience to your liking. And there's like 20 of them, right about. Okay, this is one of the roughest fights remaining. This fight can really screw you over if you get unlucky.
These rats are really annoying.
These all do a lot of damage, and their cast is pretty hard to get rid of as well. As in, like, so this is just 3 basic attacks, right? But we have 3 of these guys in here, and if they all cast at once, it's a problem. We can leapfrog to take out all the laser locks in the area, but for the others, it's a little more difficult to try and tackle them at once. And they can just cast with a one-timer if they so desire. So I'm just gonna try and go for big AoE here and hopefully take a bunch of them out. The guy on the far left in particular should go down soon. And a loon bow, I think, and then probably sun balancing at the bottom. Oh, don't kill Valier.
Ooh.
Oh goodness. Okay. There's also, of course, some randomness as to who's being targeted by attacks, which can lead to very unfortunate situations if they just constantly target one character and then they die, and then we haven't really talked about what happens on death yet. Sun balancing should be better here. So if a party member dies, then they are knocked out and they have like 2 little stars floating above them. That means they'll come back in 2 turns. And then for every future time they die, 1 star is added and 1 like extra KO turn. So then you have 3 and then you have 4. And it gets high real quick, and the odds are stacked against you pretty quick as soon as you do have someone die. Revival items do, however, just bypass the KO star mechanic entirely, which we are probably going to be using here and there. I don't have enough for Juggernaut, and Valier's dead, so I can't Spectacle Strike either. Well, let's see if I can like. I'll just have to try and go for the kill, I guess. Unfortunate. Hopefully I live this. I'm pretty sure I do.
One of them should.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Yeah, that fight is really freaking sketchy.
Yeah.
As you just saw.
Almost got our renown level up, though.
It's actually kind of interesting. So, like, even though I took so many optional encounters, I think I'm still going to get the level 5 level up in the same place as you would if you were, like, perfectly following the EXP level, right? Because this game has like insane EXP rubber banding.
Yeah.
In both directions. So if you're like skipping encounters greatly, then it'll try and catch you up. There's one point in the main campaign speedrun where you notice that really hard around the end game. And if you're over leveling by taking a lot of optional encounters, then it'll like it'll cut your EXP gains by a significant amount.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot in my playthrough.
There's a funny thing. So the file that I created this off of is level 26. And like I said, there's going to be one fight at the end where this is going to matter. Now 26 is not actually the maximum level in the game. The maximum level is 30. But the EXP gains get cut off so hard that it would take, I'm pretty sure it would take me like 16 hours of straight grinding to go from 26 to 30. And I'm sorry, all of BSG, but that was not worth it to me. Not here, not now, not today. Not for this run. Like, that's literally... It's so mind-numbingly boring as well.
That is something you do while you already have a movie going on, and it's not a movie you're fully having to pay attention to. Just...
Yeah, exactly. Like rewatching a series or something.
Yeah.
Doing something else on the second monitor. Maybe it's pretty painful. The like the difference it makes is also like fairly negligible because even at level 26, we already are not going to have much of a problem. We wouldn't even have much of a problem. Like I used to use at like 22 or 23, I think. But that was already not too bad. And I think the world record holder actually does it at like 18. So
Yeah.
it's really not a big deal. On that note, shoutouts to SideQuest Sean. He's been like a veteran, or he's laid the groundwork for a lot of things in this game. He's made excellent, very detailed and exhaustive tutorials for both the any % run of this, as well as the DLC campaign, which I also learned off of and based my notes off of. And he is the currently unofficial world record holder because he hasn't submitted his runs because the leaderboard needed to be revamped. But he is the world record holder for... Oh wait, that's the next one. This one is Skybound, and then get this right. He's the record holder for DLC as well as any % like base campaign, glitchless, new game, no mystery locks. I'm fairly sure the record for this category is sitting at like a 2:13 on the Speedrun Relic timer, which is pretty impressive because I'm pretty sure that time was set before what we know as the combat flow patch, which was a patch which, well, adjusted the flow of combat as it's in the patch notes. And what it does is basically like remove a lot of downtime in the menus when you select moves and stuff. And before like there, I'm like always skipping through it because I can now, but there's always like a little text box that pops up like telling you how to execute the move. And the characters like jump into place faster and do their animations faster, and everything just goes way faster since then. Yeah, you actually do have very little downtime in this run in general to like eat and drink, or like in general like really do much of anything. You're always like cooking around in the overworld, or like doing something in combat, or like thinking about your next move, your equips and your strats and whatever. That is also why we changed the break rulings on the leaderboard revamp to be it used to be you have one 30-minute break per run, and you only got one and you have to take it all at once. And now it's like for every hour of continuous gameplay you get 5 minutes added, and you don't have to take a break every hour. You can just like, you can accumulate them, so you can like you can play for 3 hours and then have a 15-minute break if you want. That is how we're handling now, and I think that's significantly more healthy than it used to be as well. Breaks are important. Health is important. Always remember to take care of yourself. Yeah. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch regularly. You know, do hand exercises and stuff. And in general, right now, it's I guess depending on the time zone, it might not be, but for us, it is really late. So if you're still watching this run, you know, go stand up and stretch as well. Get something to eat, to drink, maybe. Take your meds if you need to. Take care of yourself is the long and short of it. That's what we like to encourage here. Healthy speedrunning.
Healthy speedrunning and raising money for, you know, a very good cause that also keeps people healthy in a way.
Absolutely. Okay, so the way forward isn't too difficult on this one, but we are going to have to go back and pass these guys again, and it did fail that last time, so we'll see.
I'm still not a fan of that giant clown face.
It knows what you are.
Uncomfortable around clowns?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. There we go. Yeah, the ledge climbing animation really puts you at a disadvantage for encounter skips. We did barely make it. I will need to heal. So now we have enough tickets to pay this machine as well. It's all about collecting tickets for the big show, the big finale. There's a lot of like individual tents, puzzle rooms, whatever you want to call them. The next one's going to be just a fight gauntlet, actually. Before we do that, there is one main counter skip to tackle here. And this one's pretty random, unfortunately. There might not be much I can do in terms of skipping this one. Because, so it's going to pan away here with the cutscene and whatnot. And the enemies are all moving, and I have no idea what it's going to be like when it pans back. So we'll just have to see... Oh, actually, wait, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, that was really good. Nice, that was lucky. You do love to see that. I've actually just been constantly missing that one because the enemies are like right in my way going up to the ledge. So yeah, we just want to crank out big skills here. Big skills Kataki. I'm gonna use Valier to break the bonk blocks over there, and then use like probably a heap frog because I am sitting on maximum combo point. Ow. And yeah, I don't have Zale's turn available, so I will need to do this, and hopefully he'll die. It is a relatively early enemy, that guy. You can encounter him as early as Horloge, but he might give you a rough time. Oh shoot, he actually did survive. Yeah, his cast is really powerful.
In the town itself, there's like one encounter off to the side, and that is kind of like scaled for maximum burn-down level.
But so, you can do it very early on.
Yeah, I tried. I decided to not wait for that until I was done with the boss at the end here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the same. It's just an encounter where you have like 5 enemies at once, and it's really early on. It is very rough. We can leapfrog and then Loonbow. I would want to sun balancing this encounter, but the guy gave me 2 firelocks to start with, so I had to take care of that.
It is a shame that like sun balancing and such only does 1 hit.
Yeah, it's sun balancing has the same problem as Sunball has in that regard.
Yeah.
Very accurate.
It's good damage, really good damage, but like you can't really effectively break locks with it.
Yeah. I can do this. You really don't want to let this guy get a cast off, because his cast is just summoning another Keymeister. Or summoning like a whole horde of other enemies. And you really don't want to see that. But he can actually generate pretty nasty patterns sometimes, because he just generate completely randomly as well. So this should hopefully just take out the Keymeister. Turn 1. There we go.
Nice.
Sun balancing is very interesting when you play co-op, because we tried that already as well, and it's like both players have control over the ball to a lesser extent each, and it makes it even weirder than before. And it also adds the potential to sabotage the other player and not play cooperatively. Yeah. We had some times there. A shout out to my good friend Kip, Kipper1, who is, well, currently unofficial world record holder, because we have done the only two-player co-op any % run for the base campaign. He's a really great guy. Has done a lot of things for me, a lot of cool Mega Man stuff as well. We've done a Mega Man Legends trifecta relay together. We've done he's done a BN hexafecta, and he's done this with me. He's a great guy. Kudos to him.
We love Mega Man.
Yeah. Woo! Mega Man!
Mega Man 12. It's happening.
It's happening next year. Alright, so, this fight. This is Piff and Pooh. This is the guys from the beginning. We finally get our revenge on them because we can finally use their damage types. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna juggle core here. So, we want to focus down Pooh, I think. That's the red one. He's weak to Gleam. And once he dies, the fight will automatically shift in second phase. That's not good. I guess it's fine if I can weaken it, but yeah. I did want to avoid this cast because it does make them. It does give them like healing and 1 hit of invincibility.
Yeah, so essentially you only have to kill one of these two to move over to the next boss fight immediately, which you might notice what that is if you look at the screen.
You can see it if you look closely.
Yeah, if you squint a little.
I can't do this in 1 turn, so I'll have to just break these 3. We're just not gonna care about the other guy unless he like casts locks again. There's actually also a lot of bosses in the base campaign where it's like a double boss, but as soon as you defeat one, the other gets their HP set to 1, which is really interesting for the speedrun. It makes a lot of them very easy. Like, casually, obviously, you're going to be trying to focus down both and like spread your damage somewhat, but you only actually need to focus down one in most instances, really. The game just like slightly sets the HP of the other guy to 1.
Yeah, so that was Trapeze.
Woo!
Good move.
Yeah. Trapeze is really good because it deals gleam and bong damage for every hit, and it's a really strong move against anything that's like weak to gleam.
Yeah.
Like this guy. And also very much like the next boss, actually, like the one coming right here.
All right, here we are.
Yep. Interesting. Actually, wait, this is... Yeah, you know what? I can just go right for another trapeze. I can just do this, and then we just do another one. You do want to try and break that opening cast. It is randomly generated, but if you can break it, it's great because if you let him get it off, then he will temporarily remove one party member from combat, and if you don't block the like impact when they come back down, they will also have their HP set to 1, so it's pretty nasty. Build life mounts. So Valir actually probably needs a heal. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have. Okay. I'm probably gonna just leave her alone. Probably gonna be fine. We need MP back. Oh, but I'm kind of screwed against anything that has gleam in the permutation, huh? And this is that move. Okay. I do have 7 of these. Banger song, by the way, as well. This is such a strange song.
Yeah, there's
but
a lot of
very
cool
hard.
sound effects in it. It's great.
It just fits this guy to a T.
A big shout out to the drums in the song as well. They go kind of crazy. We got breakdowns, we got speed ups. It's all there.
Okay, Valir could die if he does it again. I didn't block. Okay, we're gonna heal a bit. This guy's actually weak to both laser and gleam. I assume that the blue guy's also just weak to lasers. He just has their combined weaknesses or something.
Yeah.
But that makes it really, really nice and easy for us because that's like our best damage dealers on average as well. Yeah, I can definitely afford to go like a spectacle strike here for damage. Or maybe even a heat frog. I'll see if he casts something. He does. But we can't easily break this. And actually, this guy does not have haste applied to his timer, so he isn't going to cast anything until both Zale and Valir are done acting here. Zale definitely needs healing, though. Good, big damage numbers. I need popcorns, man. I have a lot of ice creams, but I don't have a lot of popcorns.
You were gonna get more, but then the shop didn't sell it.
Yeah. How much life mana? Oh, great, I can't see. Well, Whatever, I'll just use leapfrog.
I mean, you could like absorb.
Yeah,
counts and then
I
drop
could
them
figure it
back.
out, but like whatever. He's not in his weakened animation yet, so we do have a ways to go. Skydoll is always more tanky than I think he is.
Yeah. Alas, I don't have the notes anymore to check.
Oh, well, 07 to the laptop. You've done your job well. Ow. Do we French move? Or do we... I guess Loombo is just more efficient because it's also gleam damage.
Yeah. Yeah, Loombo is definitely the attack I've used the most here. It just kind of
It's great.
covers a couple of really useful things at the same time. As it turns out, not dying is good.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Okay, he is now in his weakened animation, which is good. We're in a pretty good state, like we're pretty well equipped on everything. MP, combo points, life mana. Yeah, this... Wait. I don't know if I have enough life mana to do this without Juggernaut, but I mean that's fine. I can just Juggernaut.
Yeah. The little pose at the end.
Yeah, I love it. There's so much like little details as well. So much
Yeah.
style, so much flavor. It's so cute. I love it.
The game's got a lot of personality in it.
Absolutely. There we go.
Hey.
All right. All right, so we are nearly there. We have to get 4 more tickets from 2 more 10s to pay the machine for the final fight, because that one requires 6 tickets, as you can see over there. The left one of these is going to be extremely simple. It's just going to be we follow a straight path towards the end. And, I mean, the gimmick is like that you're on a timer, so you have to be fast, but we're speedrunners. We're fast anyway. It's not really an extra challenge for us. The other one's going to be a bit more tricky. That one's actually way harder. Because there's going to be a lot of encounters that we're going to try to skip, and they're not particularly easy to do so. Yeah, ideally it's 1 more forced fight, and then we have another big boss battle coming up, and then the final boss. So we are getting close to the end. But especially the boss coming up next is a pretty darn long fight. Even if everything goes right. Alright. So the easy part's done. Now I have to do this. I wish I didn't. This entire room, you have to manage these trampolines to bounce you up all the way to the top level and then hit the switch. The first encounter skip is right here. We want to try and avoid these dudes. Okay, nice. That should hopefully be the only time I need to avoid them as well. So we're hopefully just done with them. I need to position the trampoline there still. But, you're going to do this and you're going to do Loonbo because these guys are weak to Gleam. Actually, you're going to do Heap Frog. But I am sitting on maximum combo points. You always need to like assess the situation in every battle, and it's always every single run it is going to be completely different. That's what I like about this game and the run as well.
There's definitely a situation that you're always low on something, be it mana or combo or health, and you have to figure out. It's like every moment in the fight is a puzzle to figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Or you're like, you notice you're particularly high on something and you should be spending it.
Yeah.
for maximum efficiency.
Yeah, with the way the combo and the mana balances out, and even the normal attacks, it's kind of like a constant juggle of stuff.
Okay, there we go. All right, so that means we successfully skipped the encounter on the first floor there, because at this point, every time we're just gonna bounce on the trampoline. That is good, but there's still one more here on the third floor that we have to skip. So I'm also going to go slightly out of my way for this right here. This is a little detour for Artie's best weapon, the Infinity Lens. You don't need this, and you don't even benefit that much from it, because there's only one fight in which you actually get to use this, which is the final boss, or like the next big boss. But it does still do a lot for you, because it's a really long fight, and I don't know, I'm not ready to route it out yet.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have. And technically it gets you some extra money as well, because we are going to go to the shop and just sell any currently unequipped equipment.
And it's ultimately not too crazy long of a detour anyway.
Yeah. So now we just need to put this trampoline in the little alcove up there, and then we're done. I'm gonna not be greedy. I've been greedy here often enough. And every single time that I am, it bites me. Nice! Okay, we successfully got both encounter skips here. That's sick. I actually very rarely get that. Because, yeah, especially the top one, you have to pass by so many times. And you have to avoid them every single time. But even if you spend a long time on an encounter skip, it is still very much worth it overtaking the fight. Good stuff. Okay, so yep, that is going to bring us into the next boss fight.
Yeah.
See how it goes. One more shop menu. The sell stuff. I have a lot of money now. We have all the best stuff, so I don't need to worry about anything. I can buy 15 popcorn. I don't think that's we need quite that much, but actually, I mean, I don't really have.
Might as well spend it all, right?
Yeah.
Any safe you can get.
Sure, man.
Why not?
I don't think I've ever had that many popcorns and ice creams, but we'll take it. We'll take it. We might need them. I think we're pretty well set on items. I actually was running low on revives when I did this in practice. Fully healed. All right. So this is going to be the string puller, the puppeteer herself. So, Chair, do you want to talk about wheels?
I love talking about wheels. So the mini game in the base game is kind of this table you're seeing right now, and the idea is you have like a knight and an archer, or a knight and a mage. That's like a couple of different figures you can use, and those determine how fast your guys can attack and how much damage they deal to the opponent. Also, using the wheels. This boss fight was designed, of course, as the DLC after the whole thing, and they decided, what if wheels was the regular boss fight mechanic? So you got these figurines on the left and on the right, and essentially as soon as you have 3, then you kind of like subtract 2 of the points, and that is how those little counter tickers go down. And as soon as the tickers reach the bottom, that's when they do an attack. The other thing you're seeing is the blue backgrounds with the little stars on them. Those in the normal wheels game upgrade your figures to deal more damage or improve their other properties. In this case, they will do additional, more annoying attacks. And the wonderful thing about this boss fight is that she sometimes cheats.
Yeah. You can like see her peek it, like she sometimes she'll lock 2 random ones
Yeah.
And sometimes you can like see her like peeking and locking the two best ones.
Yeah. And you can attack the figures, which is how you eventually beat the boss fight. You can also attack the tiles in the center, decreasing their value and giving her less attack points to work with. Generally, for speedrun, you don't really do too much of that because you'd rather just kill the boss. But attacks like Loonbow, as you saw earlier, hit all of those things at the same time, so you can just get rid of entire attacks if you're using that.
Yeah, unfortunately things like Leapfrog and Heapfrog lose great value here because there's 5 extra targets available which we don't really care to hit. So.
Yeah, that's like single target that it bounces between
Valier's
targets.
going to die here. I'm going to have to revive her.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So the other mechanic you're seeing is that 2 of our characters are on the screen. In a regular game of wheels, you have 2 figures, and they don't change. You pick the ones at the start, and that's it. Because the puppeteer here changes her figures around, she's like, "What if I change your characters around as well for you? You don't get to decide."
Yeah, pretty rude. I have no idea when it's going to happen and who's going to get swapped out and in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this guy's actually weak to lasers. That's pretty good. The other girl was weak to bong, right? We don't have any. Yeah, Heapfrog is just unfortunately not very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will try and do a big trapeze here.
Yeah, so all of the figures that she has are like based on like carnival stereotype character, like the stereotypical characters from there. You got like a fortune teller, a strongman character. You got a knife juggler, a few others.
Yeah, they also have they each have a weakness, which the Clockwork Monocle still does display, thankfully. I'm actually gonna give the milkshake. We only get very few of those, but it's MP. It's more potent than the popcorn in terms of HP, and also heals some MP, so pretty good. Go, there's that.
Nice. Yeah, each of these figures downed is essentially just a chunk of the boss's health bar gone. They all have their own HP values.
What were you weak against again? I have to check. The fire? Yes, it was fire. So there's not much I can do there right now.
Yeah, so you kind of like switch between which figures are the strongest and just what you are strongest to.
Yeah. There's no figures weak to Gleam. It's all just fire, laser, and bong. Ow, that attack hurts a lot, even if you block it. I'm probably gonna Loonbow this turn. She did unfortunately lock her best wheels right there. Like any that she lock, even if we hit them, there's no way to change them. It's like, in wheels, you basically get like free spins of the wheels in order to make your choice, and you like lock in good ones to eventually hopefully end up with a good hand that beats the enemy and like levels up your figures and makes them attack.
Yeah.
There are also new wheels games to play in the DLC. There's new opponents. There's a new figurine. And all that good jazz.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on doing what we're doing, I think. I can never tell how close this one is to dying, because this one has the most HP. Okay, that's good. The Knife Throw is also pretty dangerous. These are both quite dangerous figurines she has out right now. I don't like that. But we do have Zalen already down, which means we can French move, and therefore get a good heal again. And also actually, it randomly targets every target, so it's also going to hit all the wheels decently.
Yeah, the game also, in the story, if you follow all the wheel stuff along, you kind of like see that the Watchmaker, you know, the good version of the puppeteer, is the one who made all the wheels, machines, and all that. So seeing like the evil counterpart use that as a combat device is very fun.
Yeah, the ultimate game of wheels is actually played against the Watchmaker.
Yeah.
The very last one was for the platinum wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a whole sequence of games you have to play to be allowed to play against the Watchmaker.
I don't like how Artie's looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fight just takes a long time, depending on what kind of figurines you get, in what order, and what party members you have to fight them with.
Lots of RNG, mostly for what the boss does.
Yeah. Some for Juggernaut here.
Because even the boss goes gambling here.
Oh, that's looking pretty good. That one should be down soon. I think it's these two, and then like she has one more left. She has 6 figurines in total. Ugh, again, this guy's getting his attack off so much. I don't like that.
Yeah. No.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna have to revive him.
Yeah, this is basically the fight to use your revives on.
Yeah. Running out of revives in this fight is really, really bitter.
At least the mime's normal attack isn't too bad.
Yeah. Still not gone. And you also still have another stage. Okay, cool. Glad we talked. Stop peeking.
Cheater.
No cheating.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Does she have another one for that slot? She's not sure. You know, I don't think she
That's
does.
it.
I think she's
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Alright, that's the fight then. Alright.
We're getting there.
That's it for the final boss.
Yes.
He has a timer of 9. This will be really easy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll get it.
Wait, why is he resisting all my attacks?
Maybe it's like
Hold on.
maybe something's.
That's alright.
You got this, right?
It's fine. I mean, look, we're like fully healed. Like,
Yeah, it's,
full HP, full MP. We
it's one
should
of
be
those
good to go.
cutscene
Right?
win situations.
Right?
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, that's one
Oh,
HP.
that's not good.
Hey,
Alright,
already
cool.
left.
Alright, so a whole bunch of like plot stuff happens, and now we're finally back to our Solstice Warrior self from the very
Yes.
start. And this is the one fight where like all of your stuff from the base game matters. All your equipment, your level, and your other boosts. This is where it all gets to shine. This one fight. That's... Wait, no, I can't do this. Okay, so we
Yeah.
also unlocked a new move, Super Solstice Strike, and I barely have enough combo points to do it. And it is really sick as well. And it does really great damage as well, because it is both Sun and Moon element.
Yeah.
So this is a Dweller. This is the Dweller of Scorch. Dwellers are like the main things we fight in the base campaign to save the world. And they are very, very weak to Sun and Moon magic. They can usually only be fought during an eclipse, but I guess it works in here.
Yeah, they basically know how to be super powerful at this point with their magics.
Yeah.
Lots of plot happened.
We have a lot of HP, we have a lot of MP, we have all these cool techniques that you get to see in the base game. And we even have ultimate moves, which you should be seeing one of in the fight.
Yeah. Charge level 75%. Oh no.
Alright, so here's Valir's ultimate.
Yep.
There's a cool cutscene attached too, but we are able to skip it as well, so... Play the game yourself if you want to see it.
Yeah, every character in the main story gets an ultimate attack, and they are all very cool.
Yep. Alright, see, he's at church level 100%, so he's going to do this. But the fight should end pretty shortly, so I'm not too worried. This is normal Solstice Strike.
That's
So I'm going to use the boost on to like 2 times 10 damage. There we go.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Last fight, parentheses real, parentheses final, really final.
Yeah.
So this is a reference to the Messengers DLC, Picnic Panic.
Which is a reference to Punch Out.
Yeah.
It's a double reference.
Yeah, we also have the Arcane Golem right here, fusing with Artie, which was also a reference to that game because there was also a character named the Artificer there. It's many references all in one, really. It's great. So yeah, basically based on the prompt that we get from Dweller Scourge here, we're always going to defend, and then either we're going to attack or we're going to risky attack. In this case, because it was an angry prompt, I'm going to risky attack, and then if it gives me another like hesitating prompt, then it's going to be defend and the normal attack, and then we should have this in the next attack, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what happens if you lose this fight.
I don't know.
It's never happened to me, even in my casual play. If you let the bar go all the way down,
I think it's pretty hard to lose this fight. This is more so a victory lap sort of situation.
All right, okay, so we are coming up on time here. It is going to be in the middle of this cutscene when the Artificer like smashes down on the corrupted gear from above and breaks it. It's going to be in 3, 2, 1, and time.
Excellent.
That is definitely a new PB. Holy moly.
Wow, all right. I did not even...
Holy. That is a really good run, actually.
Wow. You missed
Hot damn.
You missed out on skipping a few encounters, but still did this, so that's impressive.
Yeah. The late game was honestly pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, a couple of things went wrong, like Ivory Towers or whatever, but then later on...
After Mr. Elephant Man, everything went pretty great.
Even Mr. Elephant Man wasn't as mean to me as he was in practice.
Yeah,
so
true.
I guess he got that out of his system. Yeah, no. Very, very happy about that, actually. That was a great showcase run, I think. And nobody from the scheduling team is going to kill me because this is the last run of the day and we can all go to bed after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Sea of Stars or Peak of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker. I hope I got to bring this game a little closer to you. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm happy I've been able to show it here. I know the run's relatively long for, like, you know, fitting into a speedrun marathon, but yeah, thanks to the scheduling team and thanks to everyone else involved for letting me showcase this. Thank you very much to Chair for providing amazing commentary and for just being here, having played the game and all, supporting me.
Yeah, it's a good game. Everybody go play this. Maybe if you enjoy platformers, play The Messenger first, because then this hits even harder. Good games. Have a good time. Both fantastic. Banger soundtracks.
Yeah, shoutouts to the community, shoutouts to, as mentioned, SideQuest Sean, shoutouts to Nigot for helping me with a lot of the leaderboard revamps as of late. There's a lot of French people in the community, actually. There's a lot of decently active French runners.
They should tell you how to pronounce that one attack.
And yeah. I think that is going to be it for me. That is the only run I have this event. Oh yeah, this cutscene's kind of loud. I don't know, the cutscenes are all pretty loud. Yeah. That is the only run I have this event, but you will be hearing me again on the commentary mic on Tuesday for Donkey Kong Bonanza by Floa, who I think has gone to bed already, which is fair. And yeah. That's it.
Thank you very much, TimeLink.
That's the end of the day, but we still have a lot more to go. Thank you, Joey.
There is so much going on. Also, I think, can we all say Mega Man? Because Yato thinks we should mention Mega Man, I think.
Mega Man!
Okay,
cool. It's a real game. Cool. Mega Man 12, it's coming.
Definitely a thing. Also, he said don't mention Mega Man, but I think he mentioned Mega Man.
I'm sorry, Yato, we're going to mention it anyway.
No, it's like don't mention Mega Man.
Oh, I see.
like,
Yeah,
like, just
don't anything
and
else.
mention
Yeah.
Mega Man.
Yeah, all right. That's
what it is.
I can live with that.
Anyway, thank you very much for that awesome run and congratulations on the PB. For people who are just tuning in and are like, what the hell's going on? Welcome to BSG. We have an awesome week of speedruns coming along, but we are going on a little bit of a night break where we will be playing some of the reruns of today. We will be back tomorrow at 9, which is like the current time plus 6. Just to make it a little bit easier for the people in time zones, because what even is time anyway?
That's me.
Anyway, thank you to TimeLink and thank you to KillerChair and our awesome friend on tech and the rest of the crew. We will see you all in the morning. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Bye bye.